Well, hey there, Bronco Country, and welcome inside the Broncos Sports Network, FSUBroncos.com, for the final regular season edition of the Pigskin Press Talk. I'm Andrew Chapman, joined as usual by the coach, Richard Hayes, talking about this weekend shutout victory over Livingstone and what's to come next weekend, week 10 of the regular season, and it's rivalry weekend at Nick Gerald Stadium as Winston-Salem State comes to town. Coach, you guys remain undefeated in CIAA conference play, 6-0, and you've punched your ticket to another CIAA championship game. Let's talk about the Livingstone game first. 34-0, a shutout victory. It's not only a testament to the defense when you shut out an opponent, but also a lot of other things have to go right. You have to control the time of possession. You have to prevent turnovers. And you guys overall played another well-rounded game. What were some of the things that stood out to you most on Saturday?
Well, we didn't control the time of possession, and we did turn the ball over, and we still got the shutout. That was what was most amazing about the day. We keep saying that we're starting slow, but I kind of figured it out. St. Aug, Livingstone both, they huddle up, call the play, and snap the ball at the last minute. And if we turn the ball over, it kind of keeps our offense off the field, and they get to maintain the possession of the clock for a while. So we have to do a better job of just holding on to the football, and then we'll get possession of the clock, and that's kind of what happened in the second half. So we got to stop that first half's lull that we're in.
Yeah, even though the first quarter was a little bit sluggish out of the gate, still a number of highlights for the Broncos on the offensive and defensive end. Kahari Lane throwing for 3 more touchdowns, and Don Sheljitan delivering the Broncos their first 100-yard rushing game with 107 yards and a score on Saturday in that win over Livingstone. One of the consistents, though, Coach, has been that second half defensive effort. 4 straight weeks now where you guys have not given up a single point in the second half. Have you ever seen a stretch like that from any of your teams in the past? Just no field goals, nothing for the last 4 weeks in the second half.
Not really, and it's a testament to Coach Anderson and how hard the defensive staff is working. The guys are buying into the system, and they're starting to, get hungry for those shutouts. We've had a couple of opportunities, and we've let them slip away, and we know that. And we had a great opportunity on Saturday to get one, and we were able to close it out and get one. So kudos to the defense.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, 6-0 now, undefeated in conference play, and you're heading back to the CIAA championship in a couple of weeks out in Salem to take on Bowie State. 4th straight for you. What makes this one perhaps a little unique compared to the rest? I know this season was certainly special coming off of the canceled 2020.
Well, that's the first thing that makes it special, is that we were able to rally our guys and keep them together, and they were able to come back and try to make one more run at the CIAA championship. Another thing is that, to watch these guys grow from 2017 to 2021, it's been tremendous. And, we knew we were out of our league in 17, and 18 we thought we were good. And in 19, we kind of battled them really tough. But here we are in 21 with the same cast of characters, and we have an outstanding shot at winning the CIAA championship this year.
Yeah, when you consider your current standing at the top of the Southern Division, I don't know if you ever think back to that Shaw game. I certainly have flashbacks to that week and think how different the whole landscape of the conference, at least the South Division, could have played out if you guys don't win that Shaw game, a rainy, mucky game in the second half. And do you ever just cross Elton Andrew in the hallway and say, hey, thanks for kicking that game-winning kick? That was certainly one of the bigger plays of the season for you guys. And it's a game you needed to win to be where you're at now. Do you ever think back to that week at Shaw?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all.
All rear view at this point.
Yeah, it's over and it's behind us, and we won the game. And, we put that kind of pressure on Elton on a weekly basis. He knows if we're in his range, we're going to call field goal without hesitation. So he's always prepared, and the big kick he made against Shaw, I believe he can make it again anytime we ask him to. So.
Yeah, one more note about the game against Livingstone. It was great to see Jerome Bentley make a big play, interception, pick 6. We spend so much time during these weekly conversations talking about the performance of Joshua Williams, Brandon Barnes-Brown, but to see another one of your seniors in Bentley come up with a big play like that certainly speaks to his persistence this year and the depth of playmakers that you have across the entire defense.
Oh, yeah, we have a plethora of players on defense, and those guys have been together for a very long time. And the guys behind them, I did a little poll the other day in our Sunday meeting. I said, all the guys that have been to 4 straight CIAA championship games, stand up. And it was 11 guys. Then I asked the guys that's been to 3rd straight, this will be their 3rd straight to stand up. And it was about 7 guys. And then I asked the guys who's going to their second, and it was 10 guys. And then everybody else was going to their first stand up. So it's a nice balance and a mixture of guys that have the experience versus the guys that don't. And, we don't want to over-celebrate anything. Like I told the team, I have 3 CIAA Southern Division Championship trophies in my office, and I also have 3 runner-up trophies. So we want to win the big one, and that's the goal.
Yeah, and no doubt this is a year where you'd love to have the experience of the team, take them to that CIAA championship. And, Coach, there's 20 seniors that are going to be honored before the Winston-Salem game this coming Saturday. And I know you could probably run down the list and talk about what all of them mean individually to you, but this has been a veteran group, and what has been a couple of the things that have made it so fun to coach all these seniors trying to make one last run at it?
Just the fact that in 2017 there was about 60 of those jokers, and those 20 that have survived and flourished through the program and all the rules and regulations that we have to maintain to be on this football team, those guys have withstood them. They've played for 3 straight, now we're ready to be 4 straight championships, and that was our goal coming into this job, was we wanted to consistently compete for championships. And those guys bought in. They were part of my first real recruiting class as a head coach. Right. And I have been riding with those guys since I've been here, and I'm going to continue to ride with them until they leave.
Yeah, it was a journey that started back in 2016. Takes a couple of years before that program can really become organic and known as one that you brought in, and now all that's materializing again with 20 seniors being honored in the rivalry game this weekend, 2 o'clock at Nick Gerald Stadium. Winston-Salem State in town, Coach, and for me personally, we'll be on the broadcast for that. My first opportunity to really see this rivalry in front of us. What do you think has made it so special over the years, whether it's football, basketball? The visitors always travel wherever they're going, and I've been told this is one of the games you gotta come and see.
Well, the fan bases from both schools are very strong. Winston-Salem State is going to come in here next Saturday, and they're going to fill up that side. The band's going to be rocking, the cheerleaders, the fans. You're going to see a whole bunch of red. We all understand that. We talked about that today. And the Fayetteville State fans have been outstanding since I've been here. They support us through thick and thin. We've had some not so good seasons, and in the past 3 years we've been pretty good. So they supported us. So it's the fan bases to me.
Any sort of a soft spot still for you personally? I mean, this is Winston-Salem State is where you kind of proved yourself as a coach and made your way up, and eventually had the opportunity to come here and lead the Broncos. I know you were a part of that championship team with Winston-Salem State in 2015. When they come into town and you're on the other side of the rivalry over the years, you still have a little bit of a soft spot at all for that program?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I've been around that program for almost 40 years. So, sure. I mean, my uncle's name is on the field at their stadium, and I've watched him coach there, and then I've had a chance to coach there and develop some players there, and here I am now at Fayetteville State and trying to do good things with this football program. So, yeah, there's a little soft spot, but on Saturday, no, it's not. No, it's not. We got to beat those guys.
All Bronco blue on Saturday, and Coach, it's just scouting Winston-Salem a little bit going into that game. A lot of their offense running through their quarterback, Cameron Lewis. He's not only a passer but a mobile quarterback. He scored 5 of their 7 rushing touchdowns this year. They have a true freshman as well, Antoine Collins, who's putting together a good year at receiver. He's going to probably eclipse 400 yards this weekend. He scored 5 of their touchdowns for Winston-Salem State. Those are a couple of key guys you're keying in on, and what do you think might be a couple of keys for you guys to remain undefeated and finish off a perfect conference schedule?
Well, I'll start with their offense. I mean, Cameron Lewis, he's a big physical athlete. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He'll lower his shoulder and try to run you over. He can elude tacklers. He's going to pose a problem. We're going to have to do a great job defensively of trying to contain him and keep him in the pocket and make him throw the ball and make some bad throws. Defensively, for our offense, I believe they're going to be looking at a mirror image of what they see on a daily basis. Winston-Salem State's defense and our defense are very, very similar. Body-wise, pound for pound, man for man, they have very good guys in the secondary. So our offense is going to be looking at a resemblance of what they see on a daily basis. So that's how we're looking at it.
Yeah, Winston-Salem State, 3-5 overall, 3-3 in conference play, coming off a loss last weekend, 38-14 on the road out at Shaw. And again, kickoff at 2 o'clock p.m. this Saturday at Nick Gerald Stadium. Well, we have Chris Clark joining in on the Pigskin Press Talk, CBS 17, and want to give him a chance to talk with Coach. Chris, all you.
As usual, you guys do a great job of dissecting and breaking a lot of the questions that I had on here, so thank you for making my job easy. I wanted to ask you, Coach, about finishing strong. I mean, you know where you're headed next week. You got all this together. But still, the point of pride and purpose to finish strong, especially on senior day, instilling those guys, how important is it to get that one final win when, you know, you could really just pack it in at this point?
It's very important to us. We want to finish strong. I said it last Saturday. We don't want to go into Salem, Virginia limping. We want to go on a high note, 7-0 in the conference, leaving no doubt that we're the Southern Division champions coming into the championship game, and that's how we want to finish.
Now, with that being said, any thoughts to maybe giving some of these guys a little bit of rest? I mean, it's not like they don't know the process by now. I mean, Bronco football has been instilled, especially from the seniors that you've got through there. Any, you know, thought in your mind that maybe pulling back just a little bit here to get them ready to face the Bulldog squad coming up?
We don't know yet. We're starting to be able to play a lot of our young guys. A lot of young guys are getting a lot of quality reps and quality minutes in game situations. And so we're going to try to continue rotating guys and keeping guys fresh. That's been kind of what we've been doing the past couple of weeks, and it's been working pretty good for us, and we're going to try to continue that.
Gotcha. As I said, you guys knocked out 5 of the ones early, so thank you very much for making my job easy. I appreciate it. See you guys Saturday.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, thanks so much, Chris. Thanks, everyone, for tuning us in this week. FSUBroncos.com, the final regular season edition of the Pigskin Press Talk. And again, rivalry weekend this Saturday, Nick Gerald Stadium, 2 o'clock kickoff. And then it's off to Salem, Virginia, where the Broncos will be competing for that CIAA championship against Bowie State, a rematch of the 2019 championship game. We'll be talking to Coach all about that next week, but like you say, Coach, 1 week at a time. Winston-Salem this weekend. We're looking forward to seeing all the Broncos fans out at Nick Gerald Stadium. For Andrew Chapman, Coach Richard Hayes, and our entire production crew, a big thanks to them. Thanks so much for tuning in to this week.